This was a scene from one of the bustling intersections of the city of Baghdad. This was a scene from one of the bustling intersections of the city of Baghdad, where crowds of poor and daily wage laborers gathered every day to earn something to feed their families. In the same city of Baghdad, there lived a wealthy man named Hashim. From time to time, Hashim needed to hire daily laborers for various jobs. One day, he headed toward that intersection, hoping to find a laborer to work for him that day. The crowd of laborers at the intersection moved like waves in the sea, back and forth, crashing and returning, eagerly awaiting someone to choose them. The moment a wealthy person arrived, loud voices echoed, "Sir, I am here. Choose me. I am ready to work." Hashim observed this scene with a mix of sympathy and surprise. But amidst this noisy crowd, his eyes caught sight of one young laborer sitting silently, calm and confident, as if certain that his employer would come directly to him. Hashim approached the young man and asked, "Do you need work?" The young man replied, "If I'm sitting here, it's because I'm looking for work. I shall work for you, but my daily wage is 50 dirhams." Hashim was shocked. 50 dirhams? That's far too much. Other laborers asked for only 5. "What do you do that makes you worth 50? The young man calmly replied, "If you don't agree, there are many laborers willing to work for 5. Feel free to choose one of them." Hashim was intrigued. After a pause, he said, "All right, fine, I accept. Let's go." The young man raised a hand. "Wait, I have a few conditions. I don't work without them." Hashim, surprised, said, "Conditions? Those are usually set by the employer, not the laborer." The young man replied, "If you don't accept my conditions, I won't go with you." Curious now, Hashim said, "All right then, tell me your conditions." The young man said, "First, you won't ask me any personal questions. Second, the moment the call to prayer, Azan, is heard, I will stop being your laborer until I have completed my prayer. During that time, you cannot command me. Third, if you do ask me something, it is my choice whether to answer or not." Hashim smiled at these strange terms but agreed. "Very well, let's go." They walked together to Hashim's home, where the young man immediately began working. To Hashim's surprise, the work that normally took an entire day was finished in just 2 hours. Impressed, Hashim gave him more work and left the house. Meanwhile, the young man was digging in the alleyway when suddenly the azan echoed across the air. He dropped his tool immediately and began to walk away. Just then, Hashim's son saw him and called out, "Hey, at least level the pile of dirt before you go." The young man replied firmly, "Be quiet right now. I won't even listen to your father. When the call to prayer sounds, I forgot the whole world and only listen to the one who listens to all. If you want, level the dirt yourself. Your father already agreed to my terms." After offering his prayers, the young man returned and resumed working. Later, when Hashim returned, he asked, "Shall I bring you food?" The young man said, "No, thank you. I am fasting." Hashim was stunned. It's not even Ramadan yet, and he's fasting and still working like this. As evening approached, Hashim handed him his 50 dirhams and asked, "What's your name?" The young man looked at him and replied, "Sir, remember your promise. You agreed not to ask my personal questions, so I choose not to answer." With that, he said goodbye and left. Hashim stood there, stunned and deep in thought. The next morning, he returned to the same intersection, hoping to find the same laborer, but he was nowhere to be seen. He asked the other workers, and one said, "Sir, that man only comes on Mondays and Saturdays." Hashim, still thinking of the strange young man, began walking back home. Along the way, a weak elderly man called out from behind, "Son, can you help me get to the tree near the well?" Hashim replied, "Of course, but why do you want to go there?" The old man said, "My son has been sick for a long time, and today his medicine has run out. But I am not worried. I am sure that Allah has already arranged medicine for him. I just have to go there. Help me reach the spot, and may God reward you. Hashim, still puzzled by recent events, took the man there and then hid nearby, wanting to see what would happen. After a short while, a man came walking quickly, his face covered with a blue scarf. He greeted the old man. Forgive me, I'm a little late today. He handed over a bag full of medicine and turned to leave. But the old man grabbed his hand and said, "O noble soul, at least show me your face. Let me see the one who helps me so selflessly." The man with the blue scarf replied, "I am just a means. It is the one above the blue sky who sends me to help you." With that, he walked up. Hashim was hidden, watching the entire scene unfold, stunned. He forgot that he had originally come searching for the young laborer. Running up to the old man, Hashim asked, "Who is that man?" The old man replied, "I don't know who he is, but whenever my son's medicine finishes, I come here, and every time that man arrives with a new supply." Hashim helped the old man return home, then headed back lost in thought. The next few days, Hashim wandered the alleys of Baghdad, searching for both the young laborer and the man with the blue scarf, but neither could be found. Then one day, Hashim heard children crying from inside a nearby house. A woman was trying to calm them. "Don't worry, he will come. He always does." Hashim stood near the door. Suddenly, a man on horseback arrived, carrying a bag of food supplies. It was the same man with the blue scarf. The children, starving just moments earlier, jumped with joy, hugging him tightly. Their mother raised her hands in prayer, tearfully thanking him. As the man stepped out, Hashim stopped him. "Please tell me who you are. You have captivated my heart. Let me serve you all my life. Just let me stay with you." The man paused, looked at Hashim with a gentle smile, then mounted his horse and rode away like the wind, without saying a word. Hashim stood there, frozen, eyes still following him. He then entered the house. The broken walls told the story. It was the home of a widow. Hashim asked the woman, "Do you know who that man is?" She replied, "No, I only know this. He's like an angel. Every week he brings us food. Today was the first time he came a bit late, and my children cried. Otherwise, he has never once failed us." Hashim returned home, his mind and heart overwhelmed. 2 more days passed. Again, he searched the streets and intersections. Still no sign of either the laborer or the blue scarf man. Finally, on Saturday, he saw the young laborer back at the intersection. Hashim ran to him and said, "I have looked everywhere for you. I asked the other laborers. They told me you only come on Mondays and Saturdays. Come with me. Today I am not just hiding a worker. I am chasing a truth." The young man looked at Hashim with a calm expression and said, "If you are seeking truth, then follow it, not me." Hashim gently insisted, "I have seen your face. I have seen your prayers, your honesty. I have seen how you help the widow, the orphan, the sick old man, all in secret, never revealing your name. Please tell me, why do you do this? What is your purpose?" The young laborer replied with tears in his eyes, "Because once I too was helpless, starving, broken. No one helped me except her. Now I have made a deal with him. He gives me strength, and I give it to choose who need it. That's all." Hashim was speechless. The young man continued, "You gave me 50 dirhams once. I give hundreds away every week. I work hard, I fast, I pray, because this life is too short. But kindness echoes forever." He turned to leave, wrapping the same blue scarf around his face. Hashim, now in tears, whispered, "You are no ordinary laborer. You are a man of God." The man paused and said soft, "I'm just a servant, nothing more." And with that, he walked into the crowd, disappearing again, leaving behind a heart forever changed. It's not in what we keep, but in what we give, silently, sincerely, without expecting anything to return. The ones who serve others in secret are the true lights of this world. Thanks for listening me.